gentlemen, welcome back to the World OTT Show. Well, what a great presentation that was from Anna. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, towards the final conclusion of the World OTT Show, we've got the final session, which is a keynote session on audio OTT platforms, future of music industry. Well, quite an intriguing topic, and we're joined by our eminent speaker, Shashank Singh, founder and CEO, Bakstage, FLYX, USA, India, joining us. Well, Shashank, with over 2 decades of experience in consulting, media, advertising, and technology, has worked across product engineering, management, and marketing. Shashank comes with a strong technology background and is a serial entrepreneur. Thank you so much, Shashank, for joining us today at the World OTT Show. With this, I request you to join us on the main stage by switching on your audio and turning on your video.
Hi, Bhavna.
Hi, Shashank. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Good to have you right there in the best of spirits. And I know, I believe you're right now on the USA timing.
Yeah.
It might be really late. So firstly, thank you for that. Thank you for staying up on this. And I'm sure it's going to be a great discussion. Over to you, Shashank.
It's my pleasure, actually. So, hi, I'm Shashank. As Bhavna mentioned, like I'm the founder and CEO of FLYX and Bakstage. I have a small presentation about talking about the audio OTT platform. You guys have all seen that how audio is actually becoming the new stuff. Like 2021 has already been declared as the year of the audio. So let me share my screen and we'll go forward from there.
Of course, let's have that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all happening at the World OTT Show. We have with us Shashank Singh joining us. Yes, perfect. We can see it. Over to you, Shashank.
Yeah, so just to give you a little bit of background about who we are and what we have done. So just to give you a background about Bakstage, with FLYX is a socially powered, creator-centric platform that helps create content, connect with fans, distribute and monetize on their own terms. And also FLYX is a social network which tells you what to watch and where to watch based on your personal taste and recommendation from your friends and family. So before we go into a deep dive into what's the future of OTT on audio side of things, let's look at the current state. And I will give you a little example about US because like a lot of revenues right now in music industry is generated by US industry. So it gives you a brief idea about like how the global market also behaves. On the US side, a lot of growth is happening on music industry, on streaming side of things. You can see that 83% of the revenue is coming from the streaming. All the other stuff like digital download, physical stuff is actually going down year by year. You can see the revenue growing from 2018, 19, and 20. Last year, it grew by like 15%. And online music streaming market is globally is about to reach to $24.71 billion by 2027, and at the 10% annual growth rate. Let's also look at the industry trend now, what's happening in the industry. It's widely known that the content creators are going to rule the world, and it's happening in all over the social network. You can see that already in all the popular social networks. And that is enabling decentralization and democratization of the social media. You can see the news, education, social media, entertainment, everything is getting decentralized and democratized. And 2021 year, as I said, has already been declared as a year of audio-based social networks. And these are some clippings from the news you see. And look at the subscription, how big the subscription is actually growing from 2019 to 2020. It's grown by 40 and 32% on Google Play and App Store. So before we deep dive into other stuff, creators economy, let's look at that. Like in today's world, we have 50 million creators. Out of that, 46 million are amateurs and 4 million professionals. And there are various places where they are all in there, like Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, we all know that, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. And the subscription is growing for these creators, the subscription market is growing at 34% uh, from 2019 to 2020, and the current value in 2020 was $13 billion. We also did a survey from FLYX that when before we launched Backstage, we wanted to do look at like how people are actually consuming audio content online, and these were some of the results where some of them were very shocking to us. Like one of them was like 81% of the respondent keep their camera off during video calls, and that was amazing for us to find. Why? Because we thought video is the popular stuff, but no, actually people like to turn off their video even in a video call actually, and there are certain reasons for that. Like audio takes less amount of data. People are not ready for the video, because for the video you have to always be ready, you have to look pretty, and you have to be presentable, and you are very cautious about how you look actually. But also like 93% of the people are streaming music regularly. 76% people actually stream audio and video content online, and so that's where the on this we summarize that the audio is the future of social networking, and it's it presents businesses and the content creators an unparalleled opportunity to grow and expand their reach. I wanted to touch upon the power of social recommendations, because we believe that this is very, very important. And a lot of current social networks and recommendation engines are lacking that social recommendation, because when I'm watching something on Netflix, it doesn't knows what my friends are watching and how I got arrived to that decision. And that's what was the fundamental thing when we worked on Flex. That 73% of the consumer believes that their friends and family know them better than their service providers. And you won't believe that two-thirds of our video streaming habits is actually influenced by friends and family. So now let's look into the future. What we think that future will look like. I might be completely wrong on that, but this is our take on it. So the future is going to be more social, and has to be more interactive. The current streaming app, like whatever we are using, it lacks a bit of interaction among fans, and interactions among not just the fans but also with the content creator. And that was the one of the fundamental thing why we decided to launch Backstage along with Flix, because Backstage was a space where content creators can actually talk to their audiences and create a lively interaction and have a great experience there. You don't know what your friends are listening to or watching to, and that's what the Flix was based on. So the future is going to be that, like where people will know what my friends are watching, what my family is watching, and that word of mouth has to be on the technology, on all the platform, which is completely integrated with that. And we have also seen a phenomena of like short and impromptu micro social networks that started with games. Like one of the very popular game which my daughter plays sometimes is Among Us, where 10 people come together online and start playing a game. And that becomes it has a small chat kind of stuff inside it. Same thing can be seen in like when we do an audio social room on Backstage. Group of people, 30, 40, sometimes 100, 200 people actually come together and they're listening to a particular topic, and they're chatting among each other. They follow each other back and forth. And those are impromptu micro social networks. And that's a new trend which is coming out uh, on the social side of things. And of course, the more and every service is getting more and more personalized. The machine learning and then artificial intelligence based on your behavior, your taste, it's giving you more stuff there. And then social recommendation is not just based on your taste, but also how you get influenced by your friends and family. That is going to be super important in the future. And of course, there is no surprises here that the future is going to be virtual. I mean, we all know like what happened in pandemic, and when we were locked down inside the home, everything went virtual. So more and more virtual concerts, people are right now building the platforms. There are still some struggles going on there, but a lot of people are trying to build the virtual concert platforms like this one. Like what today, right now, we are doing a virtual conference actually. And who imagined like few years back that we will be doing virtual conferences all across the world. Like live playing to a large audience, technology can support like thousands and thousands and up to millions of people actually joining one room and actually listening or watching certain things. But there are certain challenges there. I would like to bring that up is like one of the latency challenges we face in the technology side of things. I'm a technologist, I'm an engineer. So that's one of the things which actually worries us. And we are still looking for a solution to that. Like one small general rule is like for every 100 miles, we add 1 milliseconds of latency, which is fine for normally when you're watching something or you're listening to something uh, as an audience. But if you're collaborating, if you're like I'm a musician and then I have a musician in like if I'm based in Los Angeles, let's say, and another musician is based in Mumbai, which is 9,000 miles apart, so it adds 90 milliseconds of latency. So for audiences might be fine, but for a musician to sync, it's difficult. So it becomes like a nightmare for them to actually sync. And so I'm very hopeful that somehow we will be able to solve that in future. There's another thing which is spatial audio, which Apple just introduced in their phones. Is Apple Music has just introduced that. Is you feel it's an immersive audio experience where you feel that you are in front of a stage and you have a drummer on the left and you have a guitarist on the right, and you can feel that the sound coming from a different space, and it knows your position and it will do that. Yeah, that's going to be adopted by more and more virtual concerts kind of stuff, and this will become a norm in coming years. Then of course, I'm going back to the future is powerful creators. A lot of content social network right now, uh, they give a wide reach to the creators, but they don't empower them enough. They share some ad revenues, but they don't give them flexibility to decide how much they want to earn, what their value is. So, but there's a huge shift in that, and you can see a lot of mainstream companies are also looking into like how they can change their platform to make it more creator centric, because the creators are the one who are actually creating content, and that's what it's spreading and keeping people on their platform. So we believe that direct to consumer is going to be the big thing, which will help remove the middlemen, especially in the music industry, which we are talking about. The audio stuff is like the agents, the recording labels, etc., would be actually completely be eliminated in near future. Why? Because content creators should get more money because they are the one who is creating those content. Uh, they will create a direct relationship with their fan base, uh, and set their own rules how to monetize them by using tipping, subscriptions, different tiers of subscriptions, paid one-time events. And there's a huge thing which is coming up is an NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which I'm going to cover in next slide. And also, I'm like a big about the OnlyFans models. I'm sure a lot of people know about OnlyFans. If you don't know, that's also fine because it's like kind of related to the adult industry. But that has given set a new model where how content creator can actually monetize on their own rules. Then, of course, there are micro payments and micro revenues. You can see like if you're using TikTok or any other kind of popular short video platforms, majority of the things which are going viral right now is actually backed up by some kind of a short audio clips. And those audio clips is one of the way for these content creators to actually get a wide reach. And these short video platforms are also giving you some kind of payment for that. It's small, but it's a small revenue, but it also gives you a huge reach. It gives awareness to your music, a small clip there, and it also gives a way of like it's a crowdsourcing for of virality of your music. Like if I create a music, I might fall short of ideas like how to create a viral video out of it, but I mean these short video platforms are giving that kind of stuff. So uh, music is not just going to be about music; it also be about the audio videos. I just coming back to the OnlyFan model because like that has created the huge stuff. Like I was shocked and surprised by seeing the earnings what the content creators are earning right now. and this would be automatically be applied to the audio space also, the music industry also, is that let's see an example here. Like Black China, she has 16.2 million followers, and she's making $20 million every month. I'm just repeating it. All using OnlyFans, because like 16.2 million followers are paying her something for her content, and that's $240 million a year if you analyze it. And you can see the top 10 are earning close to $1 million a month, which is a huge amount of money. And why this is working is because content creators are taking like 80% of the revenue. The OnlyFans is taking 20% of it. It's direct to consumer. It allows consumer to create their own subscription model. It's very easy to use and it's highly personalized and interactive. And 2021 has been, and 2020 including, has been a resurgence of an audio kind of stuff. Like the whole entertainment, if you look at the history of entertainment, it started with radios. When there was no entertainment, there was no TV, it was all about radio. People will gather around the radio and have a social interaction along with the radio. And I mean, of course, the internet came in, TV came in, and then video took over audio side of things. Audio survived; it didn't die actually. But from 2020, we have seen a resurgence of audio. Like podcast is becoming bigger and bigger every year. 2020 was even declared as a year of podcast. Uh, Everyone started their own podcast. I started my own podcast, like about technology and stuff, in 2020 while I was at home. 2021 has been declared as a year of social audio rooms. Um, like that's why we were ahead of the curve when we were actually doing the Backstage, which was live and interactive podcast, because we started podcasting and then we thought about why can't we make it live and interactive where other people can also participate and make it more fun. We have seen like how audiobooks are actually going up. So music industry and also audio industry is actually, books are getting more audio. People want to listen while they're running and jogging or doing other activities, uh, not holding the book or reading, looking at a screen. Somebody's reading the book to them. Audio clips are getting popular. Audio messages, that was one of the surprising find, is audio messages are gaining a lot more popularity nowadays. uh, I believe it's because it removes the digital divide. Uh, People who are not very savvy in typing things and reading things, and most of the technology, we all will agree, is like typing on a phone is very, very difficult. And and if the native keyboards are more difficult to actually write. And there was a surprising find in India that people are using what in rural India, WhatsApp voice message is a big hit. A lot of people are not typing anything; they are just actually recording their audio and sending it across. So, in my opinion, every brand right now needs to have some kind of audio strategy, not just on the social side of things, but also the brand was selling products. This is the way to future, I would say, like decentralization of audio based on the crypto world. Like a lot of blockchains, decentralized networks are coming in and trying to take over the audio side of things. NFT is becoming very popular in which is non-fungible token. That means something which cannot be interchanged with something else, like money, dollars, or is fungible. But a music, when you create a music, it's non-fungible. So a lot of content creators are using NFT to sell their content. Uh, NFT, like if one of the example is like sale of NFT has grown 150 times in last 6 months. That's surprising to me. And then in February 2021, you can see that number, like $22 million was earned via NFT. So that trend is going up. And I don't know whether it's a fad or it's going to be, but there's definitely something there where we all should actually pay attention to it. Like NFTs are one of the things to look out for. There are other social networks, there are other crypto blockchains, like BitCloud is one of the new social network where uh, content creators are actually letting other people buy tokens on their profile, so that if I become a big content creator, your token actually has a much higher value, so you can make some money by that. Audience is another stuff you want to check out. That would be nice to actually see that it, it's made for the audio music creators. Yep. Just want to summarize. Streaming presents huge growth opportunities for everyone, not just content creator, but also the brands. The recommendation and personalization is going to be the key. The audio future is social. It's definitely virtual, and there's a huge power shift to the creator side of things. And more and more, it's going to become more like direct to consumer model is going to become the main business. Decentralization and democratization of audio, we talked about it. That's happening. And here is me, Shashank at FLYX.me. If you want to reach out to me, I'm always live on Backstage, so you can reach out to me on Backstage also. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shashank, for that. What an incredible presentation. I'm sure everyone would be elated to connect with you on your platform as well as on the social media sites where you are available. Thank you, Shashank, for that.